says live in red. You're watching the live in action. If you do not see us lit up in red, that is completely okay. Continue watching. You'll be watching replay. Just going to do a chit chat live. I wasn't going to go live or do any videos today, but just want to kind of do a chit chat and kind of talk about some of the changes that's going to be going on with the channel. And yeah, I thought well, might as well go live, you know. So yes. Taking some little notes. I brought my little bulletin so I can write things down and some little notes. So, too, while we're waiting on people to come in, say hello as you come into the stream. Welcome. I didn't post to say I'm going live. It's just kind of a random pop-up live because I wasn't planning on going live. It was a last-minute decision. Do a minute or two and we're just going to get started. And yeah, you can catch the replay if you don't get to see the video if you would like to. Everybody's having a blessed and good day. Hey Joyce, welcome. Make sure to thumbs up the stream for anybody that does come in. Hello. Give it one more minute. We'll go ahead and get started. I wasn't going to do any videos today, but I just wanted to kind of do a chit chat and talk about some of the changes. Kind of been thinking about a lot for the channel and the platform. But yes, thank you. How's your day going? How's your weather? It's hot here. It's like probably about 104. Carter. I prefer either one scented or unscented trash bags. So welcome. So let's just go ahead and get started because I don't want this to be too long of a live. Like I say, I just popped on to do a random live chit chat, kind of updates and changes on the channel. India Global, and I can't say the next part. It rained earlier. Nice. Rain's always a nice thing. Make sure to thumbs up the stream, y'all. Welcome. So yeah, I just wanted to jump on. I haven't been doing videos or live streams. This will probably be about the fourth day. We are going to make some gradual changes to the platform. I've been uploading consistently and just every day of the week, and when I could put up videos, when I wanted to bring videos, and we're probably just going to go back down to about 3 times a week. So we will have a planner decoration live tomorrow. We always keep those the same because I use my planner throughout the week. Mason's going to be doing the planner decoration with us, and he goes back to school on Wednesday the 13th. Okay, Carter, this has nothing to do with trash. Keep it respectful, or you can go ahead and leave the stream if you would like. Make sure to thumbs up the stream, though. We have 10 people watching and 1 like. Make sure to thumbs up the stream. But the reason I wanted to jump on and do this video is because I'm going to do, like I say, so it'll probably be like Monday, Wednesday, Fridays most of the time, and then videos in between, shorter type videos, if I can bring them in between days. I feel like being consistent and uploading the way I was. I mean, we are a monetized channel, and that's great, but our channel just hasn't really met its goal, in the time I expected, and that's okay. I'm still very grateful, still very blessed and thankful. But I am just going to change it up a little bit. I'd kind of hit somewhat of a burnout, because trying to be consistent to build those watch hours, to build revenue and stuff. And we got a lot going on, so I'm just going to be uploading when I can and bringing. I'm still going to bring cleaning. I'm still going to bring planners, a little bit of everything. We're still going to remain a variety channel. So, yes. Russian brand Bandits song global trending. Oh, okay. But welcome. If you're new, then welcome. If you're returning, then welcome here. We are a variety channel, so we do upload. There's just a lot between Mason going back to school. I have things with a lot of appointments coming up with health stuff. I am, working on and dealing with. I get involved with the church stuff as much as I can. And because I think what made me change my mind about it is because some channels do better, some channels don't do as well, just a growth. I am still trying to reach a $100 threshold. We do have monthly memberships if you would like to join the channel. There's 4 of them. Super thanks and gifts is always optional. It is not a have to do thing, but if you would like to support the channel, you can. So yes, let us know, if that's your cup of tea, that's great. If it's not, it's completely okay. I mean, there's a lot of channels I watch and there's a lot of them I don't prefer. So yes, but tomorrow's video will be coming this week so far. Tomorrow's will be a planner decoration. Mason wants to do a musical, like a music theme, and I'm going to be doing a back to school theme. Does it clap? Fine. And y'all overlook people if they say weird stuff or comments. Those can just be removed. We are talking about strictly the channel and changes to the channel, updates and stuff. Nothing off the wall, so it's fine. 22 people watching and 2 likes. Welcome, welcome. But I just thought I'd jump on and do it live so everybody got to see it. Thank you for everybody that removes the comments that are not nice. Larry, I'm a married woman, so bye. Yeah, I don't get why people do that. Thank you. Make sure to thumbs up the stream. But yes, I wanted to let y'all know. So I'll probably bring, like, Mondays will always be a planner decoration live stream because I love planners. I use planners for everything, for appointments, health stuff, school stuff, for Mason. When I went to school, just chores, to-dos. And then Wednesdays will probably be like a cleaning video. I am getting back in decluttering and cleaning. I will be doing that starting Wednesday when Mason goes back to school. I may start in our bedroom or his bedroom first and kind of just start sourcing through stuff. And then Fridays might just be like a live stream or something. There's been, just a few rumors I hear, different people think. And if you feel like, begging or the channel, you don't have to be here supporting. Be here to support if you want to support. But you don't have to come here if you feel like, she's doing too much. She brings up things too many times. That it's okay. For me, I really don't feel like I do. I feel like I'm consistent. And I feel like that's what helps. I try to be very Christian and just share things and what works for me. And I like to give y'all updates and post as regular as I can. This is one good way that a lot of the family gets to see. A lot of friends, back home and here, get to see. And so, yeah, we do have the option, our watch hours might not build as fast. Hey, Ree, they might not build as fast, but, we're just going to have to run with it, You get to a point when you're trying to meet goals, and YouTube will make you work. They'll make you work really, really hard. My day's been good. How's yours been? They'll make you work really, really hard, and trying to get those watch hours, trying to meet a certain criteria with your revenue and stuff like that. I want to do it. See, my YouTube channel started off as a hobby, but then gradually as it grew, it became a hobby and something, okay, I can make a little bit of money doing this. But I'm not going to over-assert myself anymore to do it. Thank you, yeah. Baron, hi. Let us know. I have 3 kids. I have a girl that's 23. I have a boy that's 21, and my youngest is 14. He starts high school this year. First day back for them out here is the 13th of August. So, yeah. If y'all, I typically do in most of my lives go over each level and all the things will be monetized. I'm probably not going to do that as much anymore. But, there are tons and tons of perks when you do support the channel. Don't feel like you have to. If you want to and you can, that's great. If you can, I completely understand. And financially, it's hard on us. We're a one-income family. I don't go into details as to why this and why that. I'm a stay-at-home mama, and, we do the best we can. We always make it through, and we're blessed from the good Lord above for everything we have. I know, it's already back to school time, yep. Mason starts 9th grade on the 13th. It's hard to believe I got a high score. And my other 2 are grown, But they are, so. How's everybody's day going? How's your week going? Let us know. Let me know, too, y'all. There's been, I'll just say between loved ones and other people, This channel was here, for me just way before I was ever a monetized channel. I would just upload videos and share, and I knew there would come a day that I would get to, and I just kept working towards my goal, so we're very blessed and very thankful for each and every person that's here. Truly, we are. But I can't believe it's back to school, too. Anybody else got kiddos going back to school, or are you going to school yourself? We go back on the 25th. Okay, y'all's is not too further out. Ours is on the 13th. I think last year they might have started on the 14th, or it might have been the 12th. But they start on the 13th this year. So, yep. And we're going to be trying to get a lot more done. I could do it, but during the summertime, with Mason, we try to do as much with him as we can. But we just, I'm keeping things a lot more simpler, y'all. I am getting a little older. I just, with a lot going on and, different things like, if the channel does good, I'm going to give it, I think, till the end of the year, because I was monetized in January. And so the end of the year would make coming up in January would make a 1 year mark for me. And then if I still just don't see, I've even got paid for the first time or doing good, I'm just going to go ahead and remove the YouTube partner program shit thing, which is, that way I don't have to stress about it. Because you pretty much, since I did, I don't know for sure, but I think since I did file, and I had to do the tax thing, 1099 form. I went through all the verification steps, went down, got an ID made, all that done, because I had to get a new ID made, and verified everything. You do, even before, every little bit you're making. And so I don't want to be doing anything if it feels like I'm paying more out than what the goal was, So yeah, I got a lot of other things in plan. It is. And then for me, I've really enjoyed it. But when people make you feel like, oh, you shouldn't beg this and that, I shouldn't, because really you don't. I mean, for the last 10 years, if you look, and you can look up Craft Mom 35, you can look up Humble Housewife and Mom Simmons. There's other channels where you could watch tons and tons of my videos. I've been on this one for 4 or 5 years, way before I was ever monetized, and you don't pay nothing to have to watch those videos. It's if you're wanting to support the channel when you can. It's not a have-to-do thing. Once I do ever get my watch hours completely down and I get 4,000 watch hours, I can have watch ads added in. Or YouTube kind of picks where those goes in. And that's another way. I'm not sure exactly how they pay on that, but that's another way they pay you. Every time someone's watching those little type of ads that, like you see on the TV or on your phone or any device that runs through, I think they pay for that, And then so, but it just, I'm still excited. I'm still motivated to do it. I am changing up things a little bit in hopes that, just in hopes that whatever God's will is for it at this point. Some things work for some and it doesn't work for others. It's not that I think we won't, because we're very, very close. We're like $9.50 away from our goal. But it's just, it's been 7, almost 8 months. And what's really cool is you do get to see all your analytics. You get to see what videos do better. You get to see if there's new people following and who's watching, who's supporting. You get to see different tips and advice and different type of videos. That even way before you're a monetized channel. Like I can type up looking for such and such bag, and it will give me step-to-step tutorials how to clean the bag, where to get this bag, all these different things. So it's really, really great in that. I use an app called Creator Studios, and that's part of YouTube too, I believe. And that's how I keep up with like my analytics. That's how I keep up with a lot of my comments, because sometimes I don't even see my comments every time on the platform. So welcome to the 5 people here. Make sure to like the stream as you can. That does help the stream. So we do currently, if anybody's curious and wanting to know, we do have 5 monthly members. We did have 6. I never was able to figure that one out, and that's okay. So, we're trying to just meet the, here in the United States, and I hear from state to state in different areas, countries, it's different. Our requirement for us mostly is $100 is what the threshold amount is. You can't have that one time. If you're looking into getting monetized, you need to have that every single time. You know, like if you get it within the first week or two, that's good. You have to have above that every time. And then there's a certain pay window. I think it's like the 21st to the 27th is when they do their payout and stuff. So yeah, it's different. We're blessed though. How many live streams? I've done a lot of live streams, Logan. Let us know if you ever do videos, y'all. If the more and more you come to the stream, like Ree, I think you do videos, right? If you do, you can drop your links in the description box below. We do help support channels. We also do run playlists. I know a lot of you do mine, and I appreciate the love and support here and work here. That's one reason I kind of stepped away. I was like, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to stop uploading for a little bit. Sometimes we can get fixated in certain areas. No, imagine how your live stream. No, imagine how you live stream, like how. Oh, you just, it tells you like video and then live stream. Instead of clicking video, you click live stream and say go live. It's kind of hard to explain. But the live streams, because you're in what they call real time, and you can chit chat with y'all, and y'all can chit chat with me. It helps more with like watch hours and being able to connect and stuff like that. 50 subscribers to go live. I think so. I think for me, it might have been 100. I can't remember exactly now. I know I could do it much quicker from my laptop before I could my phone. And so it's great. It's a great way to connect. Even if you're someone that maybe, you know, you want to connect or you want to share an ideas, because sometimes we just want to we want to do things we enjoy. We want to share things. And you know, for me, like when I first started off on YouTube, it was nothing. It took me forever to even get 100 subscribers. And then when I got that, I started being able to connect with different people that liked the same things I liked or that really showed interest. And then after a couple years, like my mom's mom and dad, my grandparents were able to find the platform and see the videos. And then my son Christopher got into uploading videos. And Mom and fam, welcome. So it's welcome here. So it's been interesting, y'all. It's just there's two rules, and I don't have hard rules because I am a good Christian lady. I'm in a sundress. My husband's got me wearing them more. Not real crazy about them these days. But we just got home from church a few hours ago. I don't do anything that's disrespectful, and I don't let anybody that's rude or just perverse talk or anything like here on that platform. I've been through my own share of that way back in the day. And so, you know, once I got past that phase, I just like, no. And then secondly, you're always going to have people that's going to try to say or this and that, and they're going to try to make you feel bad. And if that's the way you feel, that's okay. But you do have options. You do not have to be, thank you, Mom and Fam. You do not have to be supporting someone's channel. If you can and you're willing, then no one should be saying, oh, you're begging, or because you're saying, hey, you can join the channel and we have levels. Like I've said that a lot. I used to go over each level, super thanks and gifts, or yeah, she's doing too much, you know, and that's not right. You know, you wouldn't go to a sport or you wouldn't go to someone's fundraiser or yard. Well, maybe some people do, but you typically wouldn't do that because if they're doing something that they enjoy and it works for them and their situation, then it just seems like you would I would be respectful of it. I'd be there to help you. And I have, you know, because why wouldn't you? Why would you give negative energy? And so that was a lot for me to decide too, you know, because I have had a few, you know, and some of them, you know, I was like, yeah, no, I'm not like that, you know. If it was for me just strictly about, because I'm a monetized channel making money, then I probably would, I don't know, things would look a lot different around here, okay? And secondly, like I wouldn't even be saying it as much. But I tell y'all, I'm still waiting. She just subscribed to you, Mom and Fam. And most of y'all, there's family here that watches. Like Mom and Fam, Joyce is my stepmom. She raised me. It is hard, and I'm not mean to people. I'm not. So there's some YouTubers that will go and just quickly hit report and remove because they're not gonna. And then some people just go in there and allow it, and they get like this kick off of it. Me, I'm just here to be me, and if that bothers people, then you know, there's other things for you. I'm here to share my life. I'm here to share cleaning. to give you kind of basics about me and my life, I'm a stay-at-home mama. I don't drive. That was my choice. I had always had higher anxiety and a nervous person, so it just didn't make sense for me to get myself into something that probably wouldn't work out for me anyways. I did complete and graduate from getting my high school diploma 2024. You can actually see some of my graduation stuff right here on the wall. My sister did a lot last year. And that was 4.5 years of hard work, 2 years online, 2.5 years online, 2 years in person. My husband works. He's an electrician. He's did that most of his life since we've been together. I do have 2 adult kids and 1 kid that's a teen. My other 2 in South Carolina, they're adults. And they're all my babies, but Mason's going to be my high schooler this year. And we don't have tons of money. We live in a little rundown trailer that needs a lot of work, but we pay $1,000 a month for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and we do kind of live paycheck to paycheck. I do things as far as getting involved with like all kinds of things with my church. Me and Chris try to do things with Mason and for ourselves when we can. And yeah, I mostly stay at home and clean and do YouTube, and I was so happy for you when you got your GD. Thank you. And I worked hard at that. And a lot of y'all wanted to know what I was going to do with that. My goal was, and that's not right now, for a couple reasons. One, the area we live in, we're in county. We're not city. So for me going back and forth between cost of gas and just living in general, because I don't drive and my husband can't be going back and forth with me, because he don't have a 9-to-5 job being an electrician. So getting into a job don't make sense. My sister had offered to pay for like Uber and Lyft and stuff like that, but I really don't want her having to do all that. And then secondly, I have had some stuff go on with my health. I don't want to get emotional on y'all. Ever since I'll be 44 this year, and at the age of 40, my health went poop. And little things like female stuff, different type of tests and stuff they want to do now that I just haven't had done. None of those are nothing I should be scared of, but because it's unknown and I've never had it done, I'm like panicked. So a lot of female stuff. I do see a doctor regularly now. So for me, going and getting a job, a part-time job, is off the chart right now because I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into an actual job, considering I do have stuff with my health, and I would be spending, I had already done the math on it. If I'm paying for bus or Uber or Lyft or any of those things, most of my paycheck, half of it, because I probably wouldn't make but maybe $2 or $3 more than minimum wage, and that not necessarily a lot of jobs is even going to pay that. They're going to start me off at minimum wage. So I'd be paying more money than what I'm actually bringing in to help. And that's why I always thought, okay, if my channel does get monetized and this can turn into a nice income, that would be great. New tests and things make me anxious as well. Yes, and for me, my health, we're still working on it. My health's not bad. It's not bad. I've just been through some things. I'm going for a endoscopy. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. It's where they put the camera down into your stomach and they put it down to look at your esophagus and your stomach. I do that on November 23rd at 1:15. I kind of wish it would have been a morning appointment, but it's going to be an afternoon appointment, which really sucks because my husband's going to lose a full day of work. I'm taking anxiety. I've been on anxiety medication on and off most of my life. I take that twice a day, and I go for my actual GYN general appointment, physical again, in the middle part of this month. They found a nodule on the left side of my neck. Right now there's nothing really been going on with that. It's just they do have to check this every 6 months because it could move and grow, and I hope and pray that's never the case, but there was one found there. Just all the basic stuff, the mammograms. My dad did, and I don't talk about it a lot. He doesn't care if I mention it, but my dad did go through colon cancer back in April. He's good. He had surgery. He didn't have to worry about nothing else. Surgery kind of helped everything. So because of that, it just makes sense to go ahead and get all that done. get that kind of test done, which won't be till the beginning of the year because I think down here in our area, they're kind of booked out with the referrals. So they're trying to get people in as quick as they can, but there's a lot of people that gets that kind of test. Don't cry. Yeah. Yeah, I almost had to test, but reflux meds been helping me. And see, that was me, Mom and fam. Like, I started having problems with, like, when I would eat, literally swallowing. It got to a point that I could feel food slide down. The lodging would get scary to where I would want to break the pills up. And we're talking like really, really small pills, or just kind of let them sit on my tongue and dissolve. That went away. I don't know if it's something to do with the acid reflux I'm on. She's got me taking. And the fact that, like, I had a lingering cough. It would come, it would go. It would come, it would go. It would come, it would go. And so, yeah, I'm not just unhealthy, but considering I'm in my mid-40s, I've been through some things. There's a lot of things that just make my Mother Nature crazy. I think that's a lot of us females. My doctor says she thinks kind of menopause stages. There's a lot of things we're still checking and doing. I have a skin kind of, I guess you can say, disorder where I get these cysts that don't go away. So I either have to be on an antibiotic or have to go in and have lancing done. Because if I don't have one of those done, then if I'm not taking a pill or I'm not getting lancing, they reoccur. And he said that there's nothing that they can do that makes it completely go away. You have to just constantly be on top of it. Just staying here. Is there anything interesting going on? Designer, deep in, welcome. But yeah, we're just talking, chit-chatting. So yes, y'all, that's the main reason I come on and do the live today. I started to kind of go back and forth and be like, well, I'm not going to go live. And it made me really feel bad from the few people that I had heard through the grapevine. I don't put people's names or anything out, that people were saying, oh, well, Crystal shouldn't be on YouTube begging. And I don't think I had ever been on begging and saying, hey, you have to be a monthly member and you have to pay $2.99 to join my channel and offer super thanks and gift. I very much had made sure that I said it is optional if you want to support the channel, and you can, because I completely understand the way the world's going, the way the economy is, and I completely understand that not everybody could. I was thankful when I started off, and I was like, woohoo, we got 50 more subscribers, you know? So when someone said that and kind of made you feel that way, it was like, I need to go ahead, instead of being all shy, and nip it in the butt and address it, you know? Yeah, I have never. If someone says they want to or they can, that's on you. I do mention it because, like, when you're monetized and a lot of people don't know what your channel's about, you need to be sharing information about it. When you can make money in a certain way, when you can do things, it's good to bring it up and let people know. It's just, to me, it's common sense. So, but yeah, I just wanted to jump on and do a live with y'all because I haven't been on in about 4 or 5 days. I probably won't, just because I had kind of hit my burnout rate. I really, really love doing YouTube. I really, really love bringing videos, but I'm not going to overkill myself to meet the requirement that YouTube wants, and I'm not going to feel bad if I'm doing something, and then there's, most of y'all love me and enjoy my content, but then there's some people that is kind of like, well, but I should or shouldn't, because at the end of the day, I would never, let me explain this to y'all a lot, I would never, ever, no matter whether I agreed with it or I didn't, I would never say, well, you should or shouldn't be doing that. Because it is your channel, it is your life, it is your, now in my own home, like between me and my husband and family, loved ones, that's a little bit different. But outside of that, I would never, because it's not my place, you know, it's not my place. And in the world we live in today, if you can offer someone a hug, if it is through money, if it is through prayer, if it is through time, if it is through just patience or, you know, whatever, and God calls you to do it, well, I would highly recommend do it. If you know that, well, I can't, and you know, no one's saying making you feel bad if you can't, but if you see, you know, because there's some people out here, they put in a lot of time. They put in a lot of time and a lot of effort. Well, no one tells me I can't do YouTube, Bree. I think some people, and not all. There's only been like one or two that I've heard say that I shouldn't mention my membership and I shouldn't beg and no one should have to pay to watch my videos. And for number one, you don't. You know, that is up to you. If someone says, hey, I'm going to pay $2.99 to be a monthly member because I want to support your channel, then that is their choice. But that does not mean that they have to do that to watch my videos. You can watch my videos without doing that, just like if you were. And there's many of people that do and there's many of people that don't. But when you start hearing stuff and people tell you, well, yes, of course I'm going to be excited. Of course I talk about meeting the threshold amount a lot. Of course I'm going to mention, hey, you know, here's what we're doing and try to post. Of course I'm going to repeat myself a lot. I do that in my everyday life, not just here on YouTube. I guess if there's something I want to get done or I need to get done, I kind of get fixated on it, you know. And that's an area I could definitely work on. Do whatever you like. Don't give a damn about what people pricks. And I appreciate it. So one way you can help, though, y'all, it is optional. It is not a have-to thing. Hear the word, optional. One way you're supporting the channel is if you're liking, subscribing, sharing, and hit the notification bell if you enjoy our content and you want to watch our platform. That helps the channel a lot. Then there's also monthly memberships. If you want to become a monthly member, you do not have to. There's gifts and super things. These are not have-to-do things. But it does help us as YouTubers, just like somebody that, you know, has a yard sale, maybe someone that plays sports, maybe someone that's making crafts, whatever it is they're doing. It's just a different way if that person chooses. You know, it's not a have to do thing though. I've never tried to make anybody, not that I know of, feel bad or say anything or I push or anything other than talk about it, you know. And so I just felt it was time. Kind of you can call it the Holy Spirit, just the inner me, the inner crystal coming out, saying out loud, I'm here because I choose to be here. To act right in more one cool way. Yeah, and you should have, you know. I'm not one that typically does a lot. I'm more of the type of person that, like, I don't go into all the details of my life here on the platform. I keep it basic. I share my home, I share my life, I share my kids, I share family with you. But if you have a problem with something, or you don't like the way I edit, or I show too much of my face, or because I mentioned being monetized too much, or I'm asking you to become a monthly member, I'm saying that too much, or the fact that I shouldn't be all about that, then that is your choice completely not to click on and watch from the beginning, you know. That's why I've always loved your channel. I appreciate that, Mom and Phil. I think you have a really great channel, too, and I think you have a really big sweetheart. I love you and your family. I love watching because you bring something different to the audience that people don't really realize and get to see a lot, that helps a lot of us. Like when you did that lunch thing with your kids and stuff, that was really cool. I mean, sometimes it's nice to be able to catch somebody else's idea and you can pick it up for yourself because you might know it, but you might not be able to get it right in the way, and you can use that, you know. There's tons of ladies on here that I watch. And cleaning, I love cleaning. I grew up cleaning. I worked in hotels. I did a little bit of management. I grew up in a home in my very first marriage where she was very OCD and very picky and particular about how things were clean. My mom's really neat and organized. So Joyce is my stepmom here on the platform that's here with us in the stream. She always taught us that. Our dads taught us we had to have our beds made before we went out the door to catch the bus. So I think when those kind of things are instilled in you, like it's something nice that you can share with somebody else. And I've been able to get so many just tips out of little things like that, you know. I haven't blogged lately. I hopefully will get back into it. Yeah. And I think when you can see an authentic person versus someone that's out there really trying to take advantage of someone's money or just out there trying to get views. You can see the difference in it. If you're watching and you're paying attention, you're going to know, okay, that's fake. That definitely ain't real. You're going to be able to see what's real and what's not real. Because, you know, some people are here just because they're more about drama, or they're more about, oh, that. I'm not here strictly because I'm trying to make money off of it. Because for number one, I haven't even got paid. I'm still waiting to meet my goal that YouTube requires for that. Like I said, monetize January 10th, and this is the month of August. And when I meet that, there's a certain pay window every month. Then YouTube allows it, you know. But I do tell you, yes, as much as a hobby, I would love, if it happens, it's great. If it don't, then I have the option to go in and remove things, what I'm thinking about doing at the beginning of the year, because that gives me a full year to kind of see, is this working for me? Is this not working for me, kind of deal. That gives me a full year to kind of decide. But I'm hoping that it will, because I see a lot of people that do, you know. And I would totally disagree with somebody if they put someone down, whether they're in home doing something they enjoy and they can make money, or whether they're outdoors doing it, you know. I think it definitely depends on someone's circumstances and life situations, you know. I do. So I used to help my mom clean. I made more messes than help, but my mom was kind and said, thank you for helping me. And that's such a blessing. Mason kind of gets lazy, but he does his own room. He helps out with a lot of things. He is kind of a spoiled kid, but he's a blessing. You know, he definitely does. My other two kids, you know, that's one thing I would hope and pray, that we do get to go home for a visit, or either move home one of these days, because I got 4 grandsons. But the short and sweet of that is, all my kids, every one of them, are humble, kind, smart, giving, loving. They work, and it's a gift. It's a gift, you know, because your kids should, even if you don't get it correct and you don't do it right, it's important that you put in the try. You put in the try. Home for me is South Carolina. So I'm from Pickens. I've said that a lot. It sounds a little redneck, but you know, it's a good kind of redneck. Pickens, South Carolina. But I don't know where in that area we'll move home. We're not moving anytime soon. I mean, that would be the hope. But really, the school systems are better here, I feel like. I'm watching Christopher went through pretty much the same thing I'm going through. So if he wants to get like an actual GED or diploma, I think he would have to go back to school. But Mason's going to finish out here. He's got 4 years because he started 9th grade this year of high school. And then maybe we'll think about moving. If we don't get to move, because we're 3 days. If we drove it would be 3 days, a 3-day road trip. When we went home in 2021, it was about $7,000-$8,000, and we were only home for about 2 weeks. That was between flights, hotel stay, different little things, gifts, all that good stuff. So it's not cheap, you know. And my husband makes decent money. He don't make great money. He makes decent money doing what he does. All the way from South Carolina, it's reached to my place. I'm in Singapore. Surprising. Yep. Joyce, are you still here with us? Let me see if my stepmom's still here. She might have already left. But yeah, y'all, there's people on here that do support and do help. And there's people that, you know, if you're here just watching me, this is one way you're supporting me, you know. But I think if I don't stand up for myself and I don't say, if I don't stand up for myself and say, this is what I will allow and this is what I don't allow, then I will just be one of those people to say, you know what, I'm going to go in and just delete, remove, and walk away. Because I've done that with certain things. My anxiety, because I'm an overthinker and I analyze different things, will not allow me to just go round and round and round and round and round about in circles no more to try to figure it out. I'll just say, you know what? Gotta move me into something different. And I mean, for me, that would be really, really hard, y'all, because there's family here. There's family. My mom's mom and dad, my mama's mom, I talked to her the other day. She's going to be 86 in October. And my granddad, he's 84. And they don't comment. They don't come into live streams or nothing like that, but they watch every one of our videos. They've never gotten to meet Mason. But they pretty much know us because YouTube, and they get to see our videos. And that's an amazing God-given gift. That's a God-given gift. My stepmom, this is one way we get to connect. We talk to each other a lot of times on Facebook Messenger, and we call and we check in. Christopher, he don't do videos all the time, but you can tell the boy, the teen, that, when he is a teen adult, that side of him come out. Joy, life, connecting, being able to feel like him. There was some hard stuff that went on a few years back, and that was a good way for him to be him, Remember me? Tryson. I don't remember the channel name. I don't. Thank you for the 4 likes, though, and the 6 people watching. Thank you. I don't, but I appreciate every one of y'all, That's why I do talk a lot about, because I guess where I was saying, probably the people saying, okay, welcome to the channel. If you would like to join the channel, there's level 1 for $1.99, level 2, and I went through all the levels, and I shared, and then I go through it a couple times. That might have been a reason why people felt like, oh, this girl's on here begging. I don't know. I just kept the live stream doing my cleaning here, kind of giving me company today, like listening to the podcast and someone is actively talking. Oh, well, that's okay. Oh, okay, well, welcome. But yes, y'all, that is still my hope. That is still my hope. And if it don't, I'm not going to be mad, I'll move on into my next journey, But I'm one of those, I'm going to persevere through everything, through health, through YouTube, through my life, through hard times. If I don't try to persevere in things, especially that bring me joy and that I like doing, and I just give up, then there will always be that, well, what if, behind it at some point. Because I have been through a lot of things in my life. I don't talk about them. I went through some really, really crazy stuff a few years back. It took me probably a good year or longer to get over, and I think God's been such a blessing to me and such a blessing to my family and my life and all of us that sometimes I didn't see that, I was more the kind of attention girl, the sneaky one. Most of you two people, they come live, but always sitting idle and not talking much, but you're actively talking. Oh, well, thank you, and I like to be talking. And I just wanted to say that I wasn't, the whole Chit Chat live, I wasn't even going to come on here and say anything about the memberships or the super thanks and gifts because, I feel like that's the one I feel like really kind of backed me away because people are supposed to support. Even someone that wants to, become part of the channel in that way. And then when you hear the different things, I was like, huh? And I felt kind of a little lost in it. And then because we've had so much go on outside, between getting Mason signed up for school, appointments, different little things we're trying to deal with, just our everyday life, I was just like, I feel really, really burnt out. Like, what's the point? And that was probably the devil. Like, what's the point in me even wanting to be a YouTuber and wanting to do something I enjoy? For someone to put me down over it or for me to feel bad? So that was like a big, 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 like, red flag to me, I know, that would be so fun. Hey, Warshy and Coffee, we're doing a chit chat. It was like a random live we decided to pop on. But that's the thing, if you do, and if you are a content creator and you create videos, and YouTube notices your channel's doing good, you get those 1,000 subscribers, you get what watch hours required, whether it's you're doing lives, videos, both, and they're going to offer you monthly memberships. You can pick between, I forget how many levels you can pick up to. You can pick different amounts with the levels. There's super thanks. Super thanks is like gifts and different things that people can offer money. It's not a have-to-do thing, but YouTube will offer it to anybody that does content and meets their requirements and goal. You go through, I think I went through 4 verifications. My last verification, once I meet my $100 threshold, will be that I have to verify in what way I want to be paid, pretty much. But everybody gets that opportunity. You can definitely say, no, I don't want to be a part of YouTube program, YouTube partner programship. I'm just here as a hobby. Or you can say, yeah, I would like to make a little bit of money for the content I bring, or, sharing gaming or whatever it is. And I think my advice for anybody that does this would be do what makes you comfortable, do what brings you joy. Don't be worried about what people are going to say and not say, because you will see it. You will see it. And it will come out at some point or another if it's not legit or it is. You will see it. It's Monday already. It feels like Monday already, don't it, Warshy and Coffee? I subscribe. You need to explore your channel. Need to explore your channel. And my channel, for anybody, designer, Depan, is a variety channel. So I used to have a set schedule that really didn't work for us. I upload cleaning. I upload planner videos. I upload random videos. We do chit chats. We share the Lord's word. We just bring a little bit of everything. Most of my videos are at home because, well, I'm a homebody. We do have a lot of videos outside of the home where we do like hauls. I don't bring a lot of hauls. We can't afford that. We don't shop all the time. We typically do like a big grocery run and a big Walmart run that's typically once or twice every other week. But we do what we can. So, hey, Joyce, how are you doing? I like that emoji. That's cool. But yeah, and anybody, if you ever have questions about that, there's always links in the description box. You just click on those links if you're just even curious and know what I'm talking about, or if you haven't heard of it, or if you want to see. It's not a have-to-do thing. You would not use the word optional. I would not come on here and get emotional and be able to talk out loud if it was about, me coming on here to make a few dollars off of every person that watches my channel. I wouldn't. I would have never picked up the camera and felt comfortable, because when I first started doing it, it was way back in the day, back in like the end of 2014, 2015. I would have never felt comfortable. I would have just been like, no, I ain't going to do that. I don't want everybody on the internet to see me. But it was something that was growth, gradual, little by little for me, She said, I'm good. So, anything you do, there's a lot. Warshy and Coffee, yeah, she's probably one that's probably coming up. Hey, Lisa, me and Lisa went to school together, y'all. She's a good friend of ours here on the platform. But Warshy and Coffee's getting close. I've been watching her channel and trying to support. She's going to be close to being a monetized channel if that's something you decide to do. And YouTube, the pay is hard to explain because nobody gets paid exactly the same. And it's normally for different things and different avenues that they recommend stuff. Most of us do get offered the monthly memberships. We have to bring our watch hours up to a certain requirement. And then there's like the paid promotion things and stuff like that YouTube can offer to different platforms and stuff like that, that are here on the platform. Some people make big dollars. Some people don't make nothing at all, hardly. I would like to get monetized, but those watch hours are hard to get. That is one of probably the hardest. That's more harder than asking someone to become a monthly member. A monthly member is just someone that's joining the channel and they're paying, whether it's $1.99, $2.99, 99 cents, and they're paying that every month to support your channel. It's a lot harder, It's really, really hard. And your hours, like if you're not consistent uploading content, you're not bringing content, your hours roll back. So your hours start dropping down. So that's why you have to be consistent. Thank you. It was good, Lisa. It was good. Thanks for asking. How's your day going? How's your weather? So, but yeah, I appreciate everybody here. And I do, y'all. I have a lot of people I support. There's a few channels that I probably will rejoin here soon. I had a few of them. Granny. There was one called The Hillbilly. I think it was, I want to say 1991. I might be wrong on the name. There was quite a few channels that I used to support, and I would pay, because it's not much. It's different amounts, a monthly subscription to be a part of that channel, and because I liked it so much. And then there's ones that I just would go in and I'd be making sure watch hours, liking, subscribing, supporting. It typically is to the person. And that's what's cool about it too. YouTube does let them decide. They don't try to force you, you got to in order to watch their video. Yes, they're birds. They're like little, dove type things on my dress. Little doves. They got little pockets. This is what I like about it. I get most of my clothes at Goodwill. A lot of them come from my mom's. I used to wear dresses back in the day. I kind of got stupid into some stuff at one point, and then I kind of got out of that whole girly phase. And then my husband would say, "Oh, babe, I think you're really cute in sundresses. You should wear sundresses again." Then I started wearing them again. So I've kind of had like this back and forth personality with them. What do you do for a living, Crystal, apart from YouTube vlogs? I am a stay-at-home mom. So, and my dad's one, and thank you, Daddy. I don't know how much my dad watches the platform, but my job is free. I don't get paid. My husband takes care of me and buys whatever I want or need. But I'm a stay-at-home mom. I take care of the home. I take care of Mason. My son is mild autistic. He's special needs. I help my mom out as much as I can. Probably I don't get to help her out as much as I used to, but I try to be there for her. And that's what I do. I create content, you know. That's what I do. Just take care of the home. Fur babies. Bye, Lisa. Have a good day. Yeah. They're so, especially when it's hot, like when the temperature's mom and fam, is like when it's like 100 degrees, it's like, oh, you can breathe a little bit better. Everybody said, have a good day, Lisa. We love you. But yeah, I'm just a stay-at-home mom. And I feel like sometimes people do give people a bad rep. But you see a home, I'm just going to speak out on this one. I feel it coming out of me. You see someone, not everybody, but you see someone that the income, you'll see one spouse working and another spouse not working. And because maybe they go through some hard things financially and they're not meeting the goals or have everything going the way it should go. There will be that one person or a couple people that will knock someone down and make them feel bad because they're not out working without even trying to really understand the whys, you know. Yeah, she said, oh my gosh, yes, they'll put him down. Well, she needs to be working too, or he ought to be ashamed of himself. They should be a 2-income family. And here's what I would say. That is not your place, nor anything that we go through in life, except what between you and your loved one behind closed doors, to judge someone or to make someone feel a certain way for what they do and how they do it. It is between the Lord, you know. I'm guilty sometimes, and sometimes I'll be like, oh my God, please forgive me. Jesus, please forgive me, because we are not each other's judge, y'all. You're not someone's judge based off how they dress, based off how they live their life, whether you agree or don't agree. You're supposed to support and pray. And sometimes that is really, really hard to do. It's really, really hard to do and understand, but it's so much better, and it keeps down so much drama. Oh my gosh, yeah, people always look at me weird when I say I'm stay-at-home mom. I don't understand why anyone's busy. It's not. And I feel like for me, because there's been a few loved ones in the family and different things where people have helped us and blessed us, and we're grateful for that. And first you need to go do this and you need to go do that. And I haven't had to work in a long time, and that don't make me feel good. It don't make me feel good that my husband's older than me and he goes out and works in the heat and he has to do what he's got to do to make a living. But I know when he's working, I'm not just sitting here in front of the TV all day long. I'm cleaning the trailer up. I'm taking care of Mason. I'm taking care of my appointments. I'm trying to do things to be active, you know, and I'm trying to be involved in things. Anybody that, any of my church family, anybody that's around me can tell you that, like, I'm a 90-0 personality, and I hope that I'm always that way. Everybody's like, oh, you're going to get old one day and you're not going to be like that. Well, then I'm going to have me a big old table beside my rocker where I can sit and still be doing stuff, hopefully, if it comes down to that. Yeah, and there ain't been many. There's been a few loved ones tell me that. Normally it's if I'm in one of those complaining modes or I'm going through something hard. And I simply just say, yeah, you're probably right, but that doesn't work out for my situation. But really, at the end of the day, you should not make someone feel bad. You shouldn't. I'm guilty sometimes when me and my husband ain't seeing eye to eyes. He'll give me a hard time. I'll give him a hard time. And then we're both like 2 or 3 hours later, we're like, what the heck did we just do? We just criticized each other for something that was really completely unnecessary. So we automatically realize it so that we can go back and be like, I shouldn't have said that. That wasn't cool, you know? People question, why don't I work? I take care of my home, my kids, my husband, my home. Yes, And my daddy, Bobby Simmons, would say, because I got emotional one day and I called him up. Me and my daddy haven't always seen eye to eye. I said, Dad, I said, I feel bad. He's like, Crystal, why do you feel bad? I said, because I don't work, and I said, I don't get to help, and it makes me feel bad. And then I said, there's certain people that make me feel bad because they feel like I should be out there doing it, and because I'm doing YouTube and I'm not where I need to be on there, and I try to make a little bit of money on that, and I haven't yet. I just feel like a horrible. He's like, don't ever feel like a horrible person. He's like, what I do versus what Linda does. He says, my work is not even work. Like, I don't do nothing compared to her. I can go out all day long and be in the heat, be torn up, and her job is 10 times more miserable than my job is. You know, and I was like, no, he's like, really? He's like, a woman's job is hard. He's like, ain't no way I'd want to push no kid out, you know? He's like, and you shouldn't be, he's like, even if you're not doing exactly what you do, or you're having lazy days, or you could do it a different way, work. A woman's job is never done. Never done. Even someone came and questions me, I'll say, like, your intelligence is my only common sense. And see, that's just, oh man, it's mind blowing to me that people say the things they. Is Joyce leaving? Or is she? Did y'all see her? Oh, yeah. Yeah, he literally, like, and my dad, like, they both do, you know, they both do. My stepmom, I think she's a manager down at the, Burger King, because I have two, you know, okay, but, you know, don't be knocking someone down, you know, and sometimes, you know, there's work. There's not a lot of jobs out there that's going to pay any more. If you're lucky, you might get $2 or $3 more than minimum wage. If you got a college education, then you might get a little bit more than that. And, you know, 9 times out of 10, if there's not a real big need for it, what I've seen here in California, and it's not everywhere, but a lot of the younger generation, they will offer the, like, fast food joints. Some of these, like, super centers, Walmarts, and grocery stores. And that makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. They're young, they're healthy, they getting into things. Somebody like me, my 40-year-old butt go walking up there, they kind of be looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, yeah, I could, but I'm probably going to go for him, you know? And you know, it does make sense because, you know, I see at a lot of the restaurants and different places we go to, you see a lot more of the, like, teens into it more. But yeah, you gotta be kind. I think that's an important message for today's video, is just be kind. So we will be uploading, y'all. It won't be as consistent as we used to be. If you're here supporting, if you are a monthly member, you have gave me super thanks or gifts at some point, or you do now or later or whenever. We're grateful for that. If you're here and you're just watching my video, then it is much appreciated. If you're saying to someone, if you're telling, you know, thinking in your mind or whatever that, oh, I'm just here because, you know, I shouldn't be doing YouTube, or I'm trying to make $1 off of you, then I'll be praying for you, because that's not the case. I am going to focus on me. I am going to focus on my goals, because this is what works for me. You know, this is what works for me. This has been a great outlet for me. There's no way other than Jesus, because Jesus is the number one thing above all things, there would be in any other way I would have been able to connect with a lot of family and friends and stuff like that in the way I do, other than YouTube. Maybe Facebook, you know, Facebook Messenger, you know, or the video chat thing. Question you, instead of looking at their face, just their behind, or stare at their toes, immediately their mind will stop working for a second. Oh, really? That's a neat factor to know. Yeah, and I'm not perfect. Just so you know, I'm not perfect. I've had sin. I've had real big sins. I've made a lot of mistakes. My relationship, me and my husband love each other. We both have our own different ideas and struggles. And, you know, we don't always get everything correctly, you know, but we try to work together. And I've had, my mom's always been a great help to me and been here for me. Me and my mom, when my mom getting a little bit older, me getting older, we kind of go back and forth with each other because we love each other and we're really close, but we kind of have two different views on the world, I guess you can say. Psychology tricks, really? Okay, that's interesting. But I'm here because I love you guys. I'm here because God will open that door, I feel like. I don't know when. It might be a test. It might be a trial for me. But at some point, he will open that door. And me and Washington Coffee always joke, when I hit my $100 threshold for the first time, I'm going to be doing cartwheels. I probably won't really do cartwheels because I'm old and I don't know that I'd ever do a cartwheel. But I'm definitely going to be like happy and excited. But I'm just going to stop allowing people, because I've allowed my whole life, ever since I was a teenager, ever since I was a kid, I've always walked in fear of things to making me feel a certain way. Like, if you don't agree with it, that's fine, you know. If you're here for me, that's great. I'm here for you regardless, you know. I no matter what you did and where you've been at and how you live your life, I'm going to be praying for you. I'm going to love you like Jesus loved you. And if I don't, then Jesus is going to make sure I go back at some point in my life and I make it right, you know. And it's just, none of us in life run from things, and we try to, and if we jump ahead, you're only jumping ahead for a matter of minutes, you know. So realize that it might seem realistically a lot longer, but you don't, you know. And hi, and Mo, and forgive me if I'm not pronouncing the channel name right. Let us know if you're new. Yeah, and when it does, they always say, what goes around comes around. So if you out young little spoon or you whatever, and you out there, you will. Now I've got. They all say we all have skeletons in our closet. I've been through some things, but God's taking me through them, you know. And that might be the whole thing, you know. These doors He's opening for me. If I go back into an actual job, work one day, when I get that $100 or more than that or whatever on YouTube, different things I'm waiting to get answers on my health, you know. That could definitely 100% be it. Because if you don't, here's one thing I've learned. Everybody might feel different. You might believe the same. There's trials and tribulations. If you never went through anything hard, then you would never learn and you would never grow. You have to go through hard things to learn and grow. That's one way you learn to appreciate life. You will learn to appreciate nature and people, you know. If everything's just handed to you and you don't have to work for it, you don't have to be in truth, you don't have to be in the light, it don't work like that. You know, sometimes we do. We want this, and I can be like that, especially with my husband. Like, if let's go, honey, I'm ready to go. Gotta get to Walmart, baby. I gotta get my hair done. Like, because, you know, I can be a little pushy. But then when I realize later, it's like, man, I spent a lot of effort for nothing. It does. Mom and family are right. It definitely does teach you something. It teaches you about life. And not all of your trials and tribulations will be scary things. A lot of times they'll be really, really good things. Giving birth to a child, graduating from something, sharing that really, really special, important moment with a loved one. Sometimes they're going to be scary things like grief, or you get bad news on a health decision that you're trying to find out about. Sometimes doors are shut. People that were in your life won't no longer be in your life. But if you trust and you believe and you don't become critical and you just accept and you know that He's here for you, then, man, that makes like all the difference in the world, right? It makes all the difference in the world to me. We go through life tests and hardships, for sure. For sure. I've been through my share. For many of you that don't know my background, and we'll stay on for about another 5-10 minutes and then we'll jump off. So I was married before, me and my husband, you know, we're common law marriage. We're not technically married, but we've been together, and out here it's considered common law marriage. I think a lot of other states are like that. I do wear rings and stuff. But my first husband, he died at 38, and we split up, and my daughter was probably fixing to be 3. Christopher was probably right at about 2. I didn't make the smartest choice in that. I kind of left, and a bunch of stuff with the courts and all that happened. when we split up, I lived with my sister Renee. We lived together for about 7-8 years in Jacksonville, North Carolina, which is where I met Chris from. Bye, D-Pan. Bye. Have a great day. Thank you for coming in and saying hello and joining us. So I lived there with her. I had met Chris. I was still working at the hotels. When we first met, I was working at Roadhouse. I was a silverware roller. I cleaned all the silverware, rolled it up, polished it, and I worked at the hotel. I had just recently been bumped up to what they call assistant executive head housekeeper. So I was the one in charge of kind of inspecting rooms, making sure the girls were on top of what they were supposed to do. But I had also already been cleaning rooms and had done that for a while. I'd done that for a while. And then I met Chris because I don't drive. He used to ride with a friend of his. He does drive, but he used to ride with a friend of his. They worked together. And then we all rode together. That's how we met each other, and we kind of started talking and hanging out. That's how me and Chris met. And that was back in Jacksonville, North Carolina. And we've been together, this gives away, which I told you I'll be 44. I was born in 81. This year, in December, I'll be 44, a day after Christmas. But me and Chris have been together almost probably about 15 years. We had Mason. I was 30 when I had Mason. I was 19 when I had my daughter, Kylie. Kylie's my oldest. And my middle one, Christopher, he's 21. And then Mason he's 14. He turned 14 in June. Mason was diagnosed out here in California at around the age 3.5. We had always knew something was not completely right because he didn't walk on time. He didn't talk on time. They just said he was delayed. He was behind. He did a lot of in-home therapies. Eventually, when we got out here, we were able to go down to a specialist, a certain doctor, and they were able to diagnose him. James McGray, he was out of Modesto, California, and he sent me over to another doctor there in Modesto that gave us the exact same diagnosis. It was just worded differently. And so then Mason was able to get into the preschool system out here at about 3.5. So yeah, and what do I do for fun? Nothing really. I stay at home. Sometimes me and Chris do things. I love purses. I love planners. You can kind of see I'm kind of a hoarder at heart with my purses. Probably going to be getting rid of a lot of those. But yeah, I just live a really simple life. We live paycheck to paycheck like anybody, I don't get to go home and visit a whole lot. I would love to, but we just can't afford it. We're hoping we're going to get to the summertime, and there were some things go on between both sides, and it just didn't work out. We went home in 2021, back when my first grandson was born, Mateo, and we were home for 2 weeks. And we actually flew back on the 4th of July. We got to see the fireworks and all that in the air. So, yeah, I'm blessed. I'm thankful, just every day's a gift. I go to a church here that's called New Life Community Church. I have a super great pastor, super great church family. They do a lot of stuff for the community, and I post some of those. And, other than that, I watch TV. I do YouTube videos. I clean. I don't cook. I burn my kitchen down. I do cook some. I tried for years and years. I never was meant to be in the kitchen. Okay, let's just get real. But I clean. When I clean really thorough. I'm a hoarder, so I have a lot of stuff. I'm a pack rat, but all my pack rat stuff is in a nice space. And I try to be good to people because I've went through things. Me and Chris, a few years back, I got into some stupid stuff. And it wasn't nothing he did. Wasn't nothing nobody did. It was just me being an idiot. Me being completely stupid, to be honest with you. So I've had to learn and grow from that. And, yeah, I'm blessed. I'm thankful. Me and Chris, there's been a couple times we've kind of split up for a little bit. And we're always working it back out. But, yeah, that's my life. I'm a collector, yeah. I'm a collector, I guess that's what I could call it. So that's what Mason says. He don't say hoarder, he says a collector. But yes, I love purses, and I love planners. But yeah, with all that being said though, y'all, I appreciate each and every one, Mom and Fam, Marcy and Coffee, Joyce, all of y'all being here supporting. I had 2 and then gained 3 more. Oh, you did? Oh, you talking about subscribers, Joyce? And y'all, everybody's been so good to me here. So please ignore people if you hear them saying. I don't feel like there's been very many. There's been a few. There was one loved one. There was a few others that was saying things that got through the grapevine. It might not even be true. If you want to support, you can. You can. There's monthly memberships. There's super thanks and gifts. You do not have to, though. Understand and hear it clearly. Optional to my platform. Okay? Oh, kids, yeah. She got 3. Yeah, Joyce got 3. So, but yes, I'm blessed. I hope y'all all have a blessed day, a blessed week. I will be posting the planner decoration tomorrow. Mason's wanting to do that live stream with me. So he will be doing a music type theme, and I will be doing a back to school theme in my planner. And then he goes back to school on the 13th. So we're going to be getting into a lot of decluttering and cleaning type videos because, well, it's time and there'll be more time to do it while he's at school. And I got to get his room into it too. He doesn't know that, but I do got to work on Little Bear's room. And so I hope y'all are blessed. And just know that I don't only love you, but the good Lord loves you. And, you know, if y'all enjoy my channel, I appreciate it. If you don't, I'm completely okay with that too. You too, Mom and Fam. It's good to see you. And, I'm looking forward to seeing what you and Mason do in your planners. You know Mason's going to get in the live stream and take over it, laugh out loud, but that's Mason. But I love y'all. Have a good evening. Bye-bye. Have a good afternoon, you too.